As I was driving home from the gig, the left side of my face exploded. I can do Julie Andrews.
Go on.
Oh, she's got MT in her. Are you joking? I can musical theatre. Name a song. Name it. I think the music wasn't as good. And we've clacked now. I need you to put it down. Suddenly all the charm of bringing your child to work days just worn off.
You're in Emsolation.
We're officially clacking, Elio. Thank you so much.
For good measure.
Joining us, we have a third co-host who will contribute as he sees fit. Please state your name and age.
Elio, and I'm 5.
Now, you're here joining Emsolation. I'm going to do the official intro, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You ready? Welcome to Emsolation. My name is Em Rusciano. I'm a writer, a singer, a stand-up comedian, a maximalist power queen, a neurodivergent magic brain, and a podcaster. And together with my best friend since I was 11, award-winning screenwriter, Mr. Michael Lucas.
And your
son, Elio Arthur Rusciano Barrow. Applause, applause. You can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
I bring you this podcast each week. We have a special life update edition this week. There will be no pop culture, just Michael and I talking about our lives because, quite frankly, I need to unload a few things.
I do want to hear one bit of pop culture, though, because there's been a critical entertainment event that Elio was keenly awaiting and he's rushed out on first weekend.
Could you tell us, Michael wants to ask you a question.
How was Moana 2?
Good.
Was it? Was it as good as the first one?
Way better. 100 billion times better.
100 billion times better?
Yeah.
What made it better? Was more exciting? The songs were better?
Mm-hmm.
All of it?
What was your favourite part of it?
The witch.
There's a witch in it.
And she's a diva, isn't she?
Yep.
Do you remember the song she sings?
No.
Yeah, you remember. Okay, are you just going to sit there and be studio audience?
Yes.
All right, we did see Moana on the weekend.
Yeah.
I disagree with my co-host. I don't think it's as good as the first one.
So not another Frozen 2 in this instance?
Absolutely not.
You don't think it's as good as the first one?
I don't.
Why?
Because it lacked Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Oh.
You could really tell. I think the music wasn't as good. And we've clacked now. I need you to put it down. I need you to put the clacker down.
Okay.
Suddenly all the charm of bringing your child to work days just worn off. Do you want to go back downstairs now or are you going to hang for the whole podcast?
I'm going to hang for the whole podcast.
Okay, great. No, it lacked Lin-Manuel Miranda thoroughly.
They were killer songs.
They were. And I can't remember a single song from the movie. And I walked away from the first viewing with all of them stuck in my head.
Yeah.
Moana, like from the first get-go.
I know.
But no, this time I actually can't remember a single song.
It is a tough gig. If you knew you were inheriting a Lin-Manuel Miranda score to take it forward, you'd be terrified that the whole world might say the song weren't as good, and in this instance.
Do you know what else it lacked? Humour.
Really?
It really lacked that first. I know that Jermaine Clemens from Flight of the Conchords injected a lot into that first script. It lacked him.
Did it have beauty at least?
It was beautiful and it made me emotional, which, let's be honest, do you have something to say?
No.
Okay, why are you tapping? I am recording live right now, so I need to work. So what do you want to say to me?
I forgot.
Okay. You want to go back downstairs now?
I'm going to lie.
Okay, see ya. Thanks for joining us. It was a real treat.
It's beautiful.
He's laid down on the ground. Fair enough. That's exactly what I would like to do. It was beautiful and it's a great story. It just felt like they were trying to ram 6 stories into it as well. There was lots of different folklore and gods and again, what? Okay, come back and say it into the microphone.
Can you say something funny?
Oh, you know what I want to ask you? I did want to ask you something. So anyway, it's fine. Go along. It's great. Sit here and I'll tell you what I want to ask you. But yeah, I mean, it's still emotional and everything. But like again, the villain was lightning.
Okay.
Not anxiety like in Inside Out 2. This time it was lightning.
Yeah.
And even the villain they tried to have, which was the Diva Batwitch, she ended up helping them. They do have a Diva Batwitch that sings like
that's good. That's
a goddess.
promising. We want a campy villain.
She's campy, but she's not a villain. She ends up helping them through the
That's
monster
the problem
realm.
with this modern world. We want to find shades of grey in everyone.
Even the psychotic coconuts end up being good guys from the first one.
That sentence it does make me want to see it. They're in the first one, were they?
Yeah. What are the name of the little coconut guys? You know the ones where they
Kakamura.
what are they called?
Kakamura.
The Kakamura. They end up also being not villains. So they've really walked back on all the villains.
It's like they're trying to teach children that there's no one's a true villain.
Exactly.
Is that the message that we want to need?
Okay, mate. What did you want to say? Come and sit here if you're going to speak. Yep.
Say something funny.
Well, you had a question.
My question for you is, what's the best Emsolation moment that you, in your opinion?
Dad's the king of Hooters.
Dad's the king of heaters. There was an episode where I spoke about how Scott feels that he can set the temperature in the house to whatever his body temperature is and stuff everyone else. And Elio was listening to that in the car, weren't you? Mm-hmm. And you thought that was very funny. Mm-hmm. Why was it funny?
Because he said, Dad's the king of Hooters.
Is it funny because is it true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Go back down and have your nap. Michael and I have things to talk about. Goodbye. Thank you. All right. There's a bit to get through. Obviously, we are in the week of my arena show. Michael's been in New York. I've had, oh my God, I can't believe what I was about to say. And I'll tell you what I was going to say off air. And I'm glad I didn't say it. I've been watching way too much Veep, and that harsh, inappropriate sense of humour was about to come out of my mouth. There is a nuclear holocaust happening in my mouth right now. And lots to get through. Lots of life updates to get through. So, oh, God, you can't imagine, or maybe you can.
So I did invite this. To be clear to everyone, I showed Elio the clapper and I invited him to come and sit, and I'm enjoying it.
Okay, well, are you going to...
Every time you say a swear word, I'm going to clap that.
Wait, we're not going to swear. Did I swear?
Mm-hmm.
Where did I say?
No, every time you're allowed to do whatever you want, but every time you swear, I'm going to clap it.
I'm not going to swear, though.
Yeah, just do it.
I'm not swearing. Okay? Great. So let's do it in chronological order. You're back from New York. How's the body clock?
Oh, terrible. The one thing, we're in very different places at the moment, but the one thing we have in common is no one's sleeping. I came back and I congratulated myself too early because I was so exhausted. I did do an initial sleep right on the standard sleeping times, and I was like, he's done it. He's nothing but net, come straight back in.
Incredible.
And then I sustained it a second night, and I'm like, it is never... Books will be written about how this happened.
Apps will be made.
And I was telling myself...
The Michael Lucas anti-jet lag method.
That is right. And I was thinking maybe it was because I was there for such a short amount of time. My circadian rhythms were still sort of... Maybe that was the secret.
Oh, my gosh. This was such a bad idea.
Sorry, it was all me too.
It's fine. Okay, he's down
It seems like the person that didn't really understand small children is the person that invited this situation. Who could have imagined? Anyway.
It's not ideal.
I've had humility kicked in to me. Last night, I did have a beautiful initial sleep from 10:30 to 11:15. And then I woke up and then I just relentlessly stayed there until about 3:45.
Okay, well, sucked in. I mean, you have that's my
That's
sleep
my
pattern.
worst complaint.
Yeah.
So I see the floor.
I see the floor. Well, you thought to beat the jet lag, you would go and see Rob Bon Jovi.
That was seriously good for jet lag, by the way, and I think that's what earned me the initial.
That
good
should be
note.
a poster quote for Rob. Great for jet lag. See, Rob Mills.
That is a compliment, though. It's
Totally.
a compliment. It means that, it is. I was in a situation where any other space I would have lost consciousness. But to see him singing, mostly in written key, belting it out.
No, that's
great. That is
absolutely not true.
In very respectable key.
Sure.
Belting out, saying, and with everyone rising on their feet at the Palms, not to mention when you came on and duetted.
Thank you.
Hell of a show.
Hell of a show.
Could not fall asleep.
It was, look, I learned a lot about my friend Rob Mills on Friday night. I did join him on stage for his Bon Jovi Don't Call It a Tribute. Don't call it a tribute show, because it is not. It is a celebration.
It is, that's right.
Of the last 40 years of John Bon Jovi's music.
I guess it is 40 years.
So don't you call it a tribute, but it was a tribute. And it was at Palms Casino Royale.
Home of the... Not tribute, home of the celebrations of this nature.
Home of. And, I arrived there. We did the sound check. It was incredible. And then I kind of, I was wondering the crowd. And if you're wondering what a Rob Mills crowd, how would you describe?
Oh, this feels so loaded.
How would you describe a Rob Mills crowd?
Well, I would say in this instance, the young women that may have been chucking their underwear at Bon Jovi in the 80s and 90s, that's who they were. But
Yes.
and that's all I'll say. That's who they were.
I just want you to know I am on the 7th circle of hell right now, just so everyone knows. Yes, honey. Come here if you're talking to my mic. I unplugged yours. What do you want to say?
Well, why is there nothing here?
Okay, I need you to... Odie!
What's this?
This is the sound effects board.
Yeah.
You're actually on that. You're actually on that. I need you to wrangle your brother, please. I need you to go down and play. Thank you. Thank you so much. Oh, it was lovely having you here. Please never return. Off you go. Bye-bye. Yes. Wasn't that a joy? Is he gone? Okay, great. My goodness. Yeah, so sorry, you were saying.
Yeah.
Throwing of undies were...
They would have been... Well, I would say it was a strongly female, strongly middle-aged crowd.
I was living because I didn't realize there were literally women standing up in the first 2 rows, just like they'd had quite a few espresso martinis.
Good crowd, by the way.
Great crowd.
Receptive.
Great crowd. So many espresso martinis were had.
Yeah.
And they were there standing up with their mobile phones right in front of a few iPads, just to let you know of the generation. A few people were filming on their iPads. Nothing says I'm a boomer like just getting the iPad out to take a snap. Lots of this.
Yeah.
And the woman in front of us seemed to film the entire show. I don't know where that.
Well, so she can treasure it forever.
Sure,
she might
course.
be sitting at home watching it right now, enjoying it again.
I would say
finding new details.
I would say so. I was privileged enough to be backstage watching Rob diffuse his newly found curly hair, pop on the guy liner. I taught him about cheekbones because he just painted his face in like tinted moisturiser and that was it. I said, darling, got to carve out some cheekbones.
Yeah. He looked good.
Yeah.
He was giving Benson Boone vibes.
He came out, he smashed it. And look, the audience, they genuinely, they love him. These women were having their one night out a year. There was just a real sense of reckless abandon
That's
/
right.
I'm on the edge of some kind of psychological breakdown.
That's right.
They were my people. I got it.
And in the Venn diagram of Bon Jovi legacy fans and Rob Mills fans, there is clearly
Massive
a very strong crossover.
Agreed.
And it's
Agreed.
a potent. It's
Agreed.
a potent crossover.
It was a great night. I thoroughly enjoyed myself.
Did it also? It genuinely did make me think, God, he's had a lot of hits.
Bon Jovi.
I felt like, how are you going to get a full set? And there
2
were
sets.
Yes, and there were. He didn't hold anything back. How many songs?
59. No, I don't know.
No, it was like 24
Heaps.
songs or
It was
something, wasn't
heaps
it?
of songs.
Maybe even more than that.
Toward the end, I don't know how Rob was doing it. Like,
No,
they
exactly.
were big belter
That's
songs.
right.
Yeah.
He saved Living on a Prayer to the end. That's the most shredding, isn't it?
And there's a key change. Just when you think you can't go any higher, it goes right up. But as Liv, my backing vocalist and friend, and Sean, my backing vocalist and friend, were pointing out, as they are both total music nerds, they would say the key it should be in and what Rob was actually doing it in. So, and then they would oftentimes sing it.
To be fair, they did also finish the concert. They were very approving and they said shook. They were shook. Yeah.
At how good his vocals were. But he did work on it.
Yeah.
Like Robbie did go and do lessons. He's been singing for 20 years. So
yeah.
good on
But I don't
him.
think I've ever heard him sound better. But then the same
Agreed.
is true of you. Like that you're like, what's going on is when people hit their 40s, this is a thing.
I don't know. I think maybe there's also a part of we're in our 40s now. We're self-assured of what we do. When we get on stage, we can do it without nerves or fear. Because that really interferes with your voice when you're still not really sure of yourself. So I think once you hit your straps and you've been doing it for 2 decades.
But to compare you to the Queen Beyonce, sometimes when I've listened to podcasts, because I am this nerdy, that have compared her vocals at 20 with now, there's a clear, she's better. She's better. And is it taking care of herself, constantly practicing, or is it more the nerves?
I think constantly practicing, taking care of yourself, you're more assured of yourself, you've got more life experience. The songs sometimes become richer and fuller because of the fact you're singing about real life stuff. I think it's a combination of things. I don't know. Technically, women's voices get worse as our estrogen drops off. Fine for men, though.
There was also spectacular visual accompaniment on the screens. So most of the time, the screens at the background, the graphics, most of the time it was great. Like there was good variety. Sometimes it might be fireworks. There was a very literal, we got to Bed of Roses and the rose petals started falling. But every once in a while, it slightly went a little bit Hillsong. And when and Rob were singing Always, there was literally a beautiful golden sunset and a couple going hand in hand and then leaping in slow motion to the sky. It was beautiful. You were unaware of it at the time.
I didn't know what was going on. So I was watching back all the videos Marcella took of me and there's just sniggering the entire time. So I can't post anything because she's just sniggering at the backdrop of the stunning sunset with the couple holding hands.
It was beautiful.
It was like someone's, you know, when you open your laptop in the 90s and you were able to pick screensavers and how exciting that was?
That's exactly what it was.
It was the preloaded screensavers that came with the Apple Macintosh.
Yeah.
And somebody was, they would just type in, okay, this song is about hearts, okay, and then there would hearts would appear because when someone said the word heart. And when I was singing Blaze of Glory, they had a desert in the background. Like Rob and I was in my there was a lot of Christian rock lead singer about my outfit. I had a leather dress on with leather tassels. I could have been atop a mountain fighting off coyotes, screaming into the wind. I did feel that.
My mum really approved of it. I played a lot of videos to her. She really approved, which is surprising. It's not consider anymore why she approved, but she thought it's not her aesthetic, but she.
No, I think it is my aesthetic deep down in my soul. I think if I was allowed to sing the music I wanted to sing and wear the clothes I wanted to wear, like truly, it would be rock. 90s cock rock, big hair, because it incorporates camp, but also that hard edge that I like.
You can take theatre kid energy, but with a rougher edge to it. Yeah, exactly, exactly. Because your voice isn't Julie Andrews.
No,
you've got.
What do you mean, Michael?
In a good way.
Yeah, no.
In a good way. Yeah,
I can do Julie Andrews.
Go on.
Oh, she's got MT in her. Are you joking? I can musical theatre. Name a song. Name it. Give me a song.
One of the big. Well, I mean, if you were singing "Spoonful of Sugar."
Okay. How does that start?
For a spoonful of sugar
makes the medicine go down. The medicine go down. Medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar makes the medicine go down in the most. I can do it.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Raindrops
I think she was a little higher.
Raindrops on roses and whiskers on kittens. I haven't done my warm-ups. I mean, when I auditioned for Dear Evan Hansen, that was full musical theatre.
Yes.
That was hectic.
Yeah.
We'll just put a bit in now, whatever. Copyrights be damned. It was a February day when your dad came by before going away. A U-Haul truck in the driveway. The day it was suddenly real. See? Full MT. She can do it.
She can do it,
She can do rock.
But
she can do country.
There is something about cock rock. Like if it was actual like full grunge, then that doesn't bring enough of the musical theatre kid thing. But cock rock, that's it. It's got pizzazz.
It's exactly where I need to be eventually.
Well,
I know.
Why can't eventually be now?
Well, I'm working on it. We're thinking, I know. I am. That's my happy place is hair rock. Big hair. Yeah, I know. I'm doing it. I'm getting there. So, look, it was a great night. Fun times had by all. But unfortunately, as I was driving home from the gig, the left side of my face exploded. I went to the dentist in June and they looked inside my mouth and all of my wisdom teeth are decayed and infected and inside my gums and need to come out, all of them. The left side is very, very bad. Like it's not good. It's not good. It's like when the gremlins get wet after midnight happening in my mouth. So they did a partial root canal and said, the rest of this root canal is too hard. Here's a phone number. Call this surgeon. He'll finish it off for you. And your wisdom teeth, go get this x-ray, then call this surgeon and get him to take it out. And do you think this extremely busy ADHDer who was high on the gas left and called any of those three specialists in June?
Probably not, no.
Absolutely not. Absolutely. And I told that dentist 17 times, I'm ADHD. Please don't send me away. I begged them, please do everything here. I need to know you can do it in-house. Yep. But sure enough, when they get inside my head, what a surprise, it's very complex.
Yes.
They got to send me away.
Of course.
So I didn't do the things. That came back to haunt me.
And so was that literally like they were saying, you want to get onto this because if you don't, there's a chance this might blow out in a hellscape. Right,
Yeah.
yes. And then you experienced the hell.
I entered hellscape Friday night at roughly 11 p.m.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I took a bite of, I just got a meat pie from a sausage roll. A meat pie from a servo.
Oh, soft.
Yeah, soft. And then it just hit the wrong part of the nerve and the whole thing exploded. I actually said to Chella, I think I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I don't know what to do right now.
Second time in only a few months that we've been on this precipice.
So we go home and we're all rummaging around for some kind of painkiller. There's nothing could have saved me at this point. They could have directly shot a rhino tranquilizer into my jaw and I still would have felt the pain. It was horrendous. I'm looking around for old mushroom stock. I'm trying to find anything that I could knock myself out with. I nearly phoned my mother. That's how desperate times were getting. Because if you can't get onto a 24-hour pharmacy, my mum is the next best option.
I see that about her.
So I got through Saturday night somehow. I didn't sleep. I just didn't sleep. I was watching old episodes of Veep. This is how I got through.
Yeah.
And first thing Saturday morning, I called my dentist and I rang them and the recepos there, they do not care. They don't care. They just don't care for people with sore teeth. They're used to it. They deal with it all the time. So the Recepo picks up and I'm like, hi, I need an emergency appointment, please. Do you keep emergency appointments? I haven't slept. My whole jaw is inflamed. I've got a fever. I'm on antibiotics from the fever.
Yeah.
And she's like,
well, because you're infected.
Look, I suppose if you come in at like just before 1 and hang around, we'll try and put you in. And like, I'm sobbing. Recepo, 0 fucks. Cold as ice. Okay, see you then. I'm sobbing on the phone, truly. Like it's after Shelby has died and Malin is saying, I could run 1,000 miles.
But my daughter. Dad.
I was Malin crying about Shelby to the Recepo at the dentist, 0
You
fucks.
needed to hit Shirley MacLaine.
Ice water in her veins. So I roll up at the dentist. I've got like this is all inflamed. I'm barely upright and I'm sitting there and I waited for about half an hour and finally a dentist came out and they're like, look, we can't do anything. We've only got 5 minutes, but we'll just assess it. I'm like, I've assessed it. It fucking hurts. And so they take me in there, they poke around and then they get my file up. Oh, so you haven't been to see the surgeon. You didn't go and get the thing. I said, no, I didn't. I didn't do it because I'm ADHD like I've told you 1,000,000 times. And she's like, well, we're going to give you the number again. You need to phone them. And you need to book in. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, the ADHD's just left my body. Thank you so much for telling me how to cure my neurodivergence. So she's like, I'll write you a script for Panadine Fort. Now, these can be addictive, so I'm sitting there going, bitch, this is like giving me Skittles compared to what my body can tolerate. Don't lecture me on how addictive Panadine Fort is, which is something I used to be able to buy from Priceline up until 5 years ago. I could shelve an entire lot of Panadine Fort and I'd barely get a kip out of it.
You could present a crack pipe.
She's telling me it was good. No, don't get addicted. I'm like, okay. And then she's like, and I'll give you some antibiotics for the fever. And they send me out. And then this Recepo, this woman, she says to me, and the dentist said, can you please text Em the details for the surgeons? And she's like, didn't we already do that in June?
So
she's like looking at me going, yeah, we've already done. And I said, yeah, well, I didn't do it because I'm ADHD. They do not care. They don't care. So they've sent me off with my script for fucking Tic Tacs and some generic antibiotics. And have I phoned either of the surgeons? No. I just need a dentist that has a dental surgeon on site that can do all the things, that can take me down. The moment I arrive, they just put me on a stretcher. They take me out. All the things that are under my mouth. I wake up. It's like I just need a one-stop shop. So have I fixed the problem? No. I have two huge holes in both my wisdom teeth. They must come out, like they said, in the next couple of weeks or, who knows what will happen. It's really grim.
All of this, for context, when you're about to do the biggest gig of your life.
Yeah. But that wasn't the worst thing that happened on Saturday, but that's for another time.
I was going to say, I have been strapped here thinking, how far is this story going?
Not as far as we think it will go. Speaking of not far enough. But one day, perhaps we'll pull this episode up and we'll let people know what I'm going through behind the scenes.
It would be like the relationship between The Wizard of Oz and Wicked. It's like, you heard that story now. Yeah, context. It's a much more darker political story.
When part 2 of this podcast comes out, everyone here knows what's going on behind the scenes.
We'll do an okay stop on this podcast.
I I've got a lot going on that I will not be speaking about. And a lot of things aren't ideal in the lead up to the biggest show of my life.
Due to overwhelming demand, Emsolation has added a second Melbourne show of OUTGROWN at Mariah Carey Arena on December 7th.
It is because of me ADHD is so popular now that I thought it was time to bring it back fresh for the Instagram era, you know? ADHD, this time it's for the girls, #feminism. Now look, I also found out that I am autistic. Are you wooing because you're also autistic? So you missed the social cue, okay? And if I'm going to run these classes, we'll need our own puppet. I'm going to suggest we get a dragon, and we will call her Menopausia.
Tickets are selling fast. Get yours at frontiertouring.com/Emsolation.
All I knew about menopause was I would just hear one final exhausted
You can't afford to miss this critically acclaimed show.
And it's also, Chella is premiering. Is that what you say?
Yeah, she's opening
night of Addams Family.
I have my show Saturday night, which Chella will not be seeing or attending. It's fine. Still don't have a menopausia 6 days out. Fine. Have I sold the arena out? No. But that's okay. Is my mouth on fire? Yes.
Can you sleep? Will you lose consciousness between now and Saturday, or even after Saturday?
I'm playing the biggest show of my life Saturday night, and a lot of things have got in the way of this show happening. Namely, I wish I had more information. It's going to shock you to know it's very expensive to put an arena show on.
Is it?
Especially when said arena doesn't have a stage, sound equipment, a PA, nothing. So,
I hadn't thought of that.
Yes.
What, is that on you to provide the stage?
I have to pay for all the staff. I have to pay for all the security. I have to pay for everything, all my stuff, all my band. I have to, all that money is on me. And there was,
I would have thought, in my mind, my naive mind, they are used to people coming in and they have some sort of basic stage.
You pay for it. Yeah. Yes. It's been a stressful time. And it has hampered me from looking forward to this show in any way because every day has brought a new crisis. But I have to try and enjoy this, and Emsolators try and remind me at every opportunity if we're chatting online or you want to leave a comment, I don't want to look back at this show and not be proud of my team. Oh my God.
No, you will be.
Yeah, it's been a lot and stuff I just can never talk about for so many reasons. It's just me, and I think people forget that. It's just literally me on my laptop at night trying to figure out shit. I mean, obviously I've got an amazing team, but the buck stops with me. I fund it all. So I constantly have to think of ways to fund that.
There's no Clive Davis here.
No, but look, we still have a few tickets left and I would love for you all to come. It's, it's going to be great. It's going to be, we're at about 75% sold. It'd be great to get the rest done. And I don't know what to say. I don't know how else to promote this thing because I feel like I've been promoting myself since January this year. Wow, this podcast was always going to end with me crying. I just feel like that was the destiny of it when I sat down. But this show OUTGROWN has been, life-changing and, it's covering off some really tough stuff. And I know people are leaving, having great conversations with their partners and it's been saving relationships. And I've just been doing all the things and I want to send it out spectacularly and I need to get my head right about this show and I want to enjoy it and I want to be proud of what we've done. So I'm just going to focus on all the people that are coming and just put it out there one last time that Margaret Court Arena, Saturday night. I will be there if you're free, Melbourne, Victoria. Michael will be there.
My mother will be there.
Your mother will be there.
And thousands upon thousands.
Yes, truly. It's going to be
glittery, not that you need to wear glitter or anything like that, but often they do.
They do.
You come in whatever you want.
Yeah. And I've never needed you more. And when we do reveal what's going on behind the scenes for me, you'll understand why this show is very important to me, and why having so many of you of my community in that space with me, holding space for the lyrics of Defying the Patriarchy.
Daniel, can you just present your finger?
Yes.
No, it'll be the other way around.
What?
Because you're Cynthia in this.
Am I? But you're crying. I'm not crying.
Yeah, Ari's the one who needs the support from Cynthia. You're
no,
supporting me.
We're conflating two clips.
Okay.
Traditionally, Cynthia's like, Ari needs to be
But isn't that why Ari touches her nails? Because she's feeling a bit anxious?
Yes, but the viral clip, which is, do we need to reset and explain what this is? Everyone knows what it is, don't they?
I have issue with the viral clip.
People are taking the lyrics to Defying Gravity and really holding space with that. And then Cynthia goes, I didn't know that was happening. I didn't know that was happening, and gets emotional. And then the interviewer gets a bit confused, goes, I've seen it. I've seen people put, I am in queer, was it gay media?
Queer media.
Queer media. And then Cynthia's really taking a moment, and Ari
picks it,
the nail.
And I have no problem with it.
Oh, no, I love it.
I love it. And I also just want to say, like, all this, the trolls have come across my clip now. Like, we're in 3 million territory on TikTok. It's 2.5 million on Instagram. It's about 2 million on Facebook. So we're really getting out there now. And the trolls have come for me. And it's just been, it's like you all I was saying that I'm faking, that it's too much, that this is what's wrong with the world. It's just like, if you knew how fragile I was, there's no point attacking me for having some real emotion on camera. Like,
but also, I feel like as well, people are developing, because, you know, Cynthia and Ariana have shown a lot of emotion on this very long press tour. And I can imagine some people going, can this all be authentic emotion? And my answer is yes.
Yes.
It really can be.
Yes, it really can
be.
It really can. But I've just noticed how much it's challenged people like me, especially being so vulnerable and authentic and raw, really, really challenges some people. Like, it's quite interesting. And I really just want to say to them, what happened to you? What is wrong with you? I couldn't be being less fake if I tried.
And also, to be clear, it's not like you're interviewing the Prime Minister about political, like, it's like they're releasing a beloved thing which you have a personal engagement, which they do too. And you had, and yeah.
Like, of all the clips that are rolling around at the moment, and considering we've just come off the election, of all the hate and awfulness and the Joe Rogan-ness of it all, if that's the clip that is offending you the most, we are fucked as a society. If 3 women genuinely bonding over a life-changing project really was the thing that set you off during the week, that is a you problem. Like, I'm sorry for you. You are a sad individual, and I know sadness.
She knows nothing but at the moment until Saturday, which will be euphoric. Come.
It's going to be fine. All right, this has been...
Covered a lot of ground.
Do you have anything else you want to... Oh, Newsreader 3.
It's coming out February... Oh, that's right. Yeah, the trailer got released. Coming out February 2nd. Height of summer. Together with Mustard Dogs. Of course. No, it's Mustard Dogs is one of ABC's most popular shows.
What is it with dogs? Bluey? Mustard Dogs? You might need to put a dog. Maybe Dale needs to be played by a dog next season.
Sam's really great with dogs. There was a bit where he went round to Jerry Rory's house and he had to interact with a dog, and he was amazing. He got that, like, because he's a bit of a farmer. Yeah. So he's really good with dogs.
I think maybe you should think about putting in a dog.
Okay.
That could be the difference.
It is true. It feels like if you went and pitched anything about a dog.
100%. 100%.
Yeah. I think that there should be a show about the politics and relationships at the dog park, because it is my mum's life, and it is.
I have been saying that to you.
It is full on.
For years.
Oh.
People don't, this is a whole other podcast.
Yeah.
We could do a whole other podcast about the politics of the dog park.
Oh, and the incidents that happen.
The affairs.
Oh yeah. The suspicions of bad things happening in domestic homes and all sorts of things.
Yep. There's a whole gossip. And then your mum got into such an altercation with another woman that she could no longer attend the dog park.
Oh, that's right. They had to, like, coordinate on the dog walking WhatsApp.
It's true. It's true.
They have Christmas parties too. The dog walkers are having Christmas parties. It's a whole other world.
The affair got me, though. There was an affair amongst the dog walkers. We do. I've been saying this to you for ages. We need that. That and the netball documentary.
Yeah, well, they've got a lot of links, really.
All right, gang, have a great week. I will see you at Margaret Court Arena this Saturday night. I'll be the one in the giant florals. Can you just shout to me and enjoy it from the crowd? Just whatever we need to do, we're going to gather. I don't know what's going to happen. I've changed the script a lot. We've added Witches Road. I've had a lot going on. The costumes being juiced up. There's no big screens. There's no big dragonflies. All the frills have been taken off.
Have you subtracted any songs?
No.
Oh, good.
The show's going to be a good, chunky 2 hours.
Yeah.
Prepare for that. Mm-hmm. You're getting lots and lots of good quality content on the stage, and we'll all be together. I don't know what's going to happen. I genuinely don't. We'll be sitting here next week dissecting it, and I just don't even know what we'll be saying. This is a moment in time for so many reasons. All right, bye.
Bye.
It's Emsolation Extra.
Hello, Emsolation Extra family. And those of you who are trialling us, maybe you've got yourself a little 7-day free trial. You are welcome. Hello. You've got a lot to catch up on, though, and you've only got 7 days, so commence the binging now. Today, we are going to be handing the questions over to Benjamin Wasley as he laughs.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, shit.
Evilly in the corner. Evilly?
Yeah.
Is that a word?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Demonically. Threateningly.
Ominously.
Ominously.
Because we haven't answered some questions together in a while, and we thought we'd do that for you today in this second last sealed section for the year, although you'll be getting things sprinkled out over Christmas. I won't be leaving you hanging. Don't worry about that. All right. Benjamin.
All right.
Have you got a question? We genuinely have no idea.
We'll start with Junior, who wants to ask about queer roles for queer actors. Hello, Em and Michael. For Michael, is it important for you to cast openly queer actors in queer roles? I'm sad that Jerry isn't back for the newsreader season 3.
I know.
Hi, gay.
Me too. I love Jerry and Rory.
This is a tough topic to discuss, and one you and I have tossed around a lot.
Yeah. It requires nuance.
Nuance.
Yes, no. Well, firstly, can I just say, yes, Jerry is a fantastic character, but I would say that with all the characters of the newsreader, we've thought so much about what their final moment is, and his final moment really was that.